Just a minute. So what are the properties of the acid? Most of the acid are colorless or light colored, corrosive in nature, sour in taste, mostly odorless, but some having peculiar odor, evaporates when heated, combines easily with other elements to form a compound. Okay, clear till now? Any doubts? Do ask me. Later we'll revert back. After this session, I will answer all your queries. Okay.
Ma'am, will you be sharing this PPT or we have to make notes?
I will let you know in regards to that. Okay.
Okay.
So the acids are used in the manufacturing of fertilizers, then chemicals, then explosive, bactericides, wastewater, and it is also used in since acid dehydrates. No, it's called, it burns as well, and it is a dehydrating property. So it is used in preparation of dry fruits. Okay, you refer to the images as well. Okay. With the sulfuric acid, then the carbonic acid image is given. Nitric acid, benzoic acid, ethanoic acid. The uses of the acid. Okay. Then we have classifications of the acid. They are of two types, the organic and the inorganic ones. The organic ones are the weak or vegetable acid, slowly progressive action, producing deep pathology. The inorganic are the strong or the mineral acids, and they have the rapid action and they produce deep pathology. So remember, the organic ones are the weak ones or the vegetable acid, and the inorganic ones are the strong ones or the mineral acids. Okay, you jot down the points as well. Welcome, Dr. Asha.
Ma'am,
Good evening.
both have deep pathology, is it?
So it's clear, no?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Then acids produces weakness, debility, and prostration. The mineral acid and irritability of the fiber together with weakness and prostration. It is not the simple weakness. It is extreme prostration, extreme debility. Okay. Vegetable acid produce weakness with irritability. This is not the simple functional weakness of the nerves as is cured by zinc, but its debility from defective nutrition in conditions of exhaustion. And the acid checks hemorrhages. Acetic acid, citric acid, phosphoric acid, and arsenicum acidicum. Okay, it checks hemorrhages and it produces weakness and debility, extreme exhaustion and debility. Okay. Each acid has its own peculiarity and action in the human body. When considering the homeopathic group of remedies, we will find certain general characteristics of an acid group. Now, what is the need of grouping the remedies, the acid group? What is the need of grouping it? So, the reason for grouping, say we belong to a community, or say there is a library. If the books are scattered, it will be so tedious to find the books. So we have the section, like we have section for mathematics, then we have sections for science, for history, for geography. If it is arranged properly, it is easy to find out. That was the need for the grouping. Same community. So we are Gujaratis. Okay. Then that is the caste. Then we have the subcaste, Lohana. Even in a complex, there is a building which is named. Then we have Dr. Asha, Dr. Preeti, Dr. Jigna, Dr. Bharti. So the name is given. So that is your identity. So that it gets easy for another person to address you. So that was the need for the grouping. Even in plant kingdom, subkingdom, family, class, subclass, isn't it? So that was the need for the grouping. So it gets easier to understand. And the trait, like for Gujaratis, dokla, thepla, we say. So that is the trait. We usually say they would be having that. So even in action acid, they will be having certain traits. Okay, that will be common to that particular traits, that group. So the polarity shades, like the North Pole and the South Pole, there are various shades. Like we discussed even in the group, we have blue color. There are various shades in blue color. That is the sea blue, navy blue, sky blue. So it is the different various shades. So the starting phase of the acid, they will be lively. And then they would be having the prostration phase, the exhaustion phase. So lively, fresh, extrovert, activeness, they are hurried. Hurriedness is there, followed by exhaustion. To exhaustion, they are overactive, hurried, and exhaust themselves, and they use their energy at a very high rate. Aggression, fighting, desire for unification as seen in hydrogen. So, as I said earlier, the H plus ions, okay? So, the H plus ion, that is the hydrogen ions, and that is the reason why the litmus paper is turning from blue litmus paper to the red one, okay? So, we need to know about the hydrogen atoms as well. So, the quality of the hydrogen atom, it is unification. If you see the periodic table, it is located at the extreme left, row 1, the hydrogen. So, when you understand the periodic table, it is in such a way from the conceptual till the old age, the geriatric group. So, it is nave. It is attached to the source. Source is Almighty Lord. So, it is nave. So, unification. Unification with the Lord. That is the theme of hydrogen. Okay. It is nave. Conception stage पे है अभी. And the extreme stage, if you see the hydrogen atom, it is the feeling of isolation. So these traits will be seen in acid also because the H plus proton ion is present in acid. Okay. So has opposite feeling of isolation, of being separated from fellow beings and loved ones. Hydrogen has the total unification and a sense of total isolation. Hello, Liji ma'am, welcome. So following are the acids which are used in homeopathic medicines. So you all will say, ma'am, acid as a remedy? See the genius in Dr. Henneman sir par excellence. The thing which is corrosive in nature in its crude inherent state is a remedy. You name it and you have a remedy in homeopathy. So the acids which are included in our materia medica are acetic acid, benzoic acid, fluoric acid, sulfurous acid, lactic acid, muriatic acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, chromic acid, picric acid, carbolic acid, and phosphoric acid. Okay. Then the common characteristics of acid: the exhaustion, prostration, mental exhaustion. With picric acid, acetic acid, fluoric acid, the muriatic acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, these are included in under mental exhaustion. Then emotional exhaustion, we have phosphoric acid, acetic acid. Physical exhaustion, we have the muriatic acid. See the image, the battery is low. So we say the battery is low, the battery is weak, and what else we say? The battery is exhausted. 15%, you see the red sign, the danger sign, the exhausted. So much is the debility, so much is the prostration of an acid remedy. Earlier stage, they are active and hurried. Overdose of activity, exhausted yet wants to do a lot. Hurriedness, tired feeling, leading to further exhaustion. Fluoric acid, hurry, walking while restless. Nitric acid, hurry, impatience, restlessness midnight after. Lively, fresh, extrovert, active, enterprising, optimistic, which gives an aura of freshness. Extrovert, talk very openly. And fluoric acid, fluorine is a halogen. And what is the property of halogen? It is volatile. It evaporates easily. Okay. So fluoric acid is capricious, evening cheerful and gay. Sulfuric acid, company desires for, optimistic, exhilaration. And fluoric acid, there is a trait, detached attachment. They cannot be committed to a particular relationship, okay, because they are volatile and they evaporate easily. So that trait is seen in their non-commitment in a relationship. They cannot stay committed. Change, desires for is seen in fluoric acid. So I'm giving you the glimpse of the acid group of remedies. Okay. Then nitric acid. They're capricious in the morning. Phosphoric acid at night. Okay. Then aggression. They force their will upon the situation. So here comes the conflict. What is it that makes them sick? The dis-ease, not at ease. They force their will. When you impose your thoughts upon the other, obviously the IPR is going to react. IPR is the interpersonal relationship. Your family members, they are going to react until they stress further. They cannot accept things not going their way. They want it their way. The IPR, how much will they tolerate? Cannot tolerate, and they feel they have to fight their own. Acetic acid has anger, irascibility. Fluoric acid, anger, irascibility, destructiveness, quarrelsome. Nitric acid, mistakes about his, trembling with trifles, bites. Then cruelty, inhumanity, quarrelsome, scolding. Phosphoric acid has anger, irascibility, anger when obliged to. Sulfuric acid, anger, irascibility, preferred at, talk indisposed to, quarrelsome and scolding. Isopathy, apathy, a feeling of isolation, of being separated from the loved ones. Acetic acid has indifference, apathy, everything recognized. Then relative does not, even his relative does not recognize. The fluoric acid has aversion members of his family. As I said, they cannot be committed to a particular relationship. There is indifference, apathy, business affairs to loved ones too. Then nitric acid has indolence. They are lazy. Then aversion to work, indifference, apathy, pleasure to family. Phosphoric acid is business because it has phosphorus also included. So phosphorus is in business stocks of the business averse to, indifference, apathy, mourning, everything too. Now benzoic acid. So in case of benzoic acid, what is the problem is they dwell in the past disagreeable moments. And when one is dwelling in the past disagreeable moment, to dwell. Well is the frog. Okay. Frog dwells. So we need to wind up as we are running short of time. So I will wind up shortly. So they dwell. Okay. And this benzoic acid dwells, and hence they want to be in that situation. Now the IPR will not allow that, isn't it? So you can think of benzoic acid when you find that they are very irritable personalities like arsenic, chamomilla, and these remedies fail. Very effective remedy in case of urinary complaints, uric acid diathesis, ganglion of the wrist, union of great toe, used in children for nocturnal enuresis. Then the main thing is, see, they dwell in the past, okay, and carry desires to be carried laid down. When? So when arsenic and chamomilla like remedies they fail, you can think of benzoic acid.